Pakistan backs Bangladesh in the meeting with the ICC. Remember, it was the Pakistan Cricket Board chairman, the Bangladesh Cricket Board chairman Aminul Islam, who was present in this meeting with the ICC official. And Pakistan bats for no penalty on Bangladesh. And then ICC tells Pakistan that penalty on Bangladesh was never on the cards. And ICC also meanwhile rejected Pakistan's three key demands, which we've already discussed. And those demands are as per sources. It has not been yet confirmed. Now, Pakistan decides to play against India in T20 World Cup, and a humiliating U-turn has been made by Pakistan. And in fact, after the meeting with the ICC, the Pakistan Cricket Board briefed the Pakistan government on whatever unfolded, whatever discussion happened in the 5 to 6 hour long meeting in Lahore, after which the Pakistan government itself announced that the Pakistan team will be playing against India in the T20 World Cup match scheduled for February 15. Remember, it was the Pakistan government itself that had earlier announced on February 1st that Pakistan will not be playing against India. It will be boycotting the match. And now, yet again, Pakistan government itself has made this U-turn and announced that Pakistan will indeed be playing against India on February 15 in Colombo. So, Nikhil Nas continues to stay with us. Nikhil, Pakistan was demanding that there should be no penalty on Bangladesh, but ICC made it clear that penalty on Bangladesh was in fact never on the cards.
Anjay, I'll tell you what is the most interesting bit about this decision, and a short while ago I complimented the ICC for brokering a deal, and I think that would have been their prime motive. But you must also compliment them for the fact that the way this deal has been struck, all the three parties that we've been talking about can come out, do a bit of chest thumping or pat themselves on the back and say, listen, we've won. And that's the beauty of how this entire scenario played out. I mean, clearly you can have the ICC say that our job is to, have all countries participate. And that's what their release also says. They also say that Bangladesh is a very important member of the ICC. And they want to, indulge with Bangladesh going forward, despite the fact that they had to remove them from this T20 World Cup. And they've got that one, showstopper of the World Cup, India-Pakistan game also back on track. So ICC can come out and say, listen, we've done our job, and they can claim victory. Pakistan, on the other hand, is already claiming victory, saying, see, we only stood up for Bangladesh. We've gotten all the demands for Bangladesh. Bangladesh is happy. And for the larger interest of cricket, because all other boards are also calling up, we have decided to, agree to play. But we got the ICC down on its knees. They came all the way to Pakistan to meet us. So we've gotten them down on our knees. So they are also claiming victory. Bangladesh, on their part, can also claim victory that, listen, we pulled out of the World Cup. We refused to go to India. But now, not only have they said no sanctions on us, they have also given us a recourse. We can go and appeal our case within a different committee in the ICC, which ICC earlier was saying you cannot go to. So now they're saying we've been allowed that. Plus, we've been given a freebie as well, which ICC has given us, that here's another tournament that we'll give you that should compensate for any losses that you'll have of not participating in the T20 World Cup. So Bangladesh also at the moment can claim victory. But I think in all of this, there is some sort of truth in all things that I mentioned, and everyone can claim victory. But I don't think any party has come out smelling of roses as well. I think you would want for ICC also going forward to call Pakistan's bogey to ensure that let India-Pakistan game not be the biggest draw, because how long can you allow Pakistan to hold ICC hostage? Maybe sell another game. India-Australia is most watched. England will be most watched. Sell it like that going forward, so then you don't have to backtrack and then fall for such tactics by Pakistan.
Absolutely, Nikhil. So in a nutshell, everyone is happy and every party is thinking that they have won this battle, be it the Pakistan Cricket Board, be it the Bangladesh Cricket Board, or be it the ICC for that matter. Now, let us take a look at the timeline of all this drama, how this boycott drama started and how this eventually ended. So on January 24, Pakistan calls Bangladesh exit an injustice. Remember, Bangladesh had cited some security concerns to the ICC and had said that it will not be travelling to the host country, which is India this time of the T20 World Cup. Bangladesh said that it will not be travelling to India, and that it also demanded a neutral venue for the matches, and which was rejected by the ICC, after which Bangladesh opted out of the tournament and it was replaced by Scotland. This decision was taken by the ICC. To which Pakistan responded by saying that this is injustice with Bangladesh. Now, on January 25th and 26th, Pakistan named the World Cup squad, and there was a meeting which was also held with the Pakistan Prime Minister, and a deadline was set. Now comes February 1st. That is when the announcement was made by Pakistan government that Pakistan team will be boycotting the match against India on February 15th. Then comes February 4th and 5th. Pakistan reaffirms the boycott, and ICC, on the other hand, warns of measures that there will be sanctions and it will have to compensate for the revenue loss and for the loss that is incurred because of the boycott. Then on February 7, ICC seeks force majeure justification from the Pakistan Cricket Board. Now remember, Pakistan Cricket Board had mentioned and invoked force majeure in this matter, and it had cited the Pakistan government's post of boycott, and to which the ICC sought explanation and justification that why should force majeure be invoked in this matter, since there are no extraordinary conditions that are applicable in this matter. It is not a case of natural disaster. It is not a case of war. It is not a case of any terrorist attack. So why should we invoke force majeure? It had sought a justification. Now, on February 8th, ICC rejected PCB's force majeure move. That is what I mentioned earlier, because there were no valid reason for force majeure to come into effect in this case. It was just a post which was made by the Pakistan government, and which had no applicable reason, no serious reason behind it. And in fact, no reason at all was cited. It was just that they are standing in solidarity with Bangladesh, and that was not strong enough for force majeure to be invoked. Then on February 8, Pakistan sought bilateral with India. ICC rejected this demand. Pakistan then said that it will play with India at the World Cup. But before this, what happened was there was a meeting with the ICC in which Bangladesh Cricket Board Chief Aminul Islam was also present. It was a 5 to 6 hour long meeting which was held in Lahore, and in that meeting there were certain demands that were made by Pakistan Cricket Board. As per sources, we're learning that there was a demand of bilateral and trilaterals that was also made by the Pakistan Cricket Board, which was rejected by the ICC, since it's not in ICC's domain. It is decided by the BCCI or the Pakistan Cricket Board or any concerned board for bilaterals and trilaterals. But meanwhile, we're also learning that Pakistan Cricket Board had also demanded some relaxation for the Bangladesh Cricket Board, which was in fact accepted by the ICC. And in fact, the ICC said that there was no penalty which was on the cards for Bangladesh anyway. So that is some relief for the Bangladesh Cricket Board. And eventually, the Pakistan Cricket Board had then briefed the Pakistan government, and the Pakistan government made the announcement of the U-turn, and the boycott drama finally ended after 10 days.